We have got some ugly storms coming in this morning apparently, so I'm gonna change up my plans a little bit here. So originally the plan was to zip the Cadillac down and get it scanned this morning. Well, that plan has to change because we've got some nasty storms that are apparently gonna blow in around 9:30 or 10 o'clock. It looks like it's gonna rain already. The car getting rained on is not a problem, but these storms are supposed to bring damaging winds and heavy hail. And if that happens, I want to make sure this car is inside and not sitting out. Because, you know, I was going to do that pickup truck today, but if it's hailing, this Cadillac cannot sit outside. The truck, I can scooch underneath my carport or something, roll one of my cars out, but this Cadillac, no. It's got to stay inside. So straight to the shop this morning, and yeah, that's what we're gonna get to the shop, try to get that truck done before the rain starts. If it just rains, it's not a big deal, but if it starts hailing, then I'm gonna have to make some moves. So let's get over there. I'm just gonna hit this with some 320. It's just some 320. It doesn't have to be perfect. This thing's a little beat up, so. Just using a little flat block with some, I cut a chunk off, this was longer, just a little 320. It's gonna be a little lumpy right here, but that's where he welded that corner in real sharp. And I don't feel like trying to heat it and cut it. And it's not a huge deal because the cab side, well, not the cab side, but the bed side's dented real bad anyway. There we go. I just taped a line above this line so I wouldn't lose my mark. And again, I'm just gonna hit it with some 320. And then I'll probably just scuff it with a red scuff pad and paint it. I think it looks pretty good. mix up a little bit of Duraglass on that patch panel situation here. I just checked the weather again, and now it's just supposed to rain all day, so I don't have to worry too much about shuffling things around. So it is raining out there. And I've almost got this thing ready to go outside so I can get back on the 59 and paint the Toyota bedside. That's my day. I'm kind of just locked in here in the rain. So when this truck came in, all I was supposed to do was weld these couple trim holes shut. And then there was some rust on this rear bed side that I took care of, and he ended up buying another door for the other side. And I put a patch panel on the rear bed side in the same area on the other side. But again, I was just supposed to weld up the trim holes, and it turned into more. This wasn't even my project. This is something that somebody else took on and then abandoned basically, and I ended up just doing it for the guy. So the only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to spot prime these little areas that are body filler, and then I'm done with it, completely done with it. But the guy's he's going to get it to his garage, tear it apart. He wants to do a full truck build on his own. So this is all going to get body worked later. So really all I had to do was weld the hole shut and probably edge prime them. It would have been fine, but I just went that little extra step. You know, makes it a little better. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these in primer, and then that's it for this thing. It can go outside and I'm done with it.
Lonely lovers come to rest beneath the trees. They do the best. Still lonely lovers come to rest beneath the trees. They do the best. Still
Okay, my end of this thing is done. I'm gonna clean up now and paint this Toyota bedside. And then after all that, back to that. What a day. So this truck is a quickie. Again, it came in for the windshield. He asked me if I could, you know, go over his bodywork really quick, so I did. I'm just gonna scuff this thing with a red scuff pad, put a nice thick coat of white on it, maybe 2 coats if it needs it, probably just 1. And then I'll probably just hit this body line with a spray can of blending agent, and that's it. Because I don't want to take his bumper off just to paint this bedside. It just seems like it would be a pain for what I really need to do. So there's no sense in doing it. I'm just gonna throw some plastic over it, back tape it, blast it with some white, hit it with some blending agent. I got, it's like an industrial fleet white, which is what this truck originally was. Like I said, I painted it probably 3-4 years ago, and it was just like industrial white, basically tractor paint, but for cars, you know, a fleet white. So it's not a huge deal. It's covered in dents and dings and scratches. He drives it off-road. He drives it every day. Anything I do will match. It will be perfect for what it is. going to be a little dirt in it, there's going to be a little dust in it, but not everything has to be perfection. Because, you know, if you try to make everything perfect, nobody would be able to have a driver, right? There we go. If I get this painted, then all I have to do is pop the interior parts back in it. Then this and the Chevy truck behind it can go. You know, I don't want a whole bunch of projects just kind of floating around. I got a lot of stuff to do that's more pressing than these. Again, this is the son of one of my good customers, my good former customers. Didn't want to say no. Guess I'll get this thing maxed up and get back to you. This isn't going to be particularly entertaining. Well, this might be a giant disaster caught on camera, or it might just come out fine. Either way, we're recording it. I've already wiped it down with wax and grease remover, blown it off a couple times. I'm just gonna go for it. This stuff dries quick. Like I said, it's like an industrial finish. So I should be able to lay it on pretty thick. I'll probably do a coat over the initial bodywork and then a coat over the whole thing. I don't know that white matches. Maybe it matches, I don't know. That white doesn't look like it matches to me. Maybe it does. Maybe it matches, I don't know. I'm actually colorblind. The first coat's pretty good. You could still see the primer through the paint, but it laid out pretty decent. There's not a bunch of garbage in it, so that's stuff from before. But it looks fine, other than you could still see the primer, but we'll do another coat. Just let it flash off. All right, I've got a super bright light on it, and I don't see the primer through it anymore, so I think we're good. I did probably 3 coats. I did 1 thick coat and then 2 decent dust coats, one after the other, wet on wet. I think that that's fine. There, let's get that scan lines out of there. Yeah, it came out fine. That was the bodywork we redid. You see there's a little bit of a ripple through there, but that's okay. I did what the guy wanted, and it suits the truck well. Like I said, you see it's still crunched up here and there, so I'd be happy if it were my truck, so that's good enough for me. This is done, and that's done. I've got a massive mess. I'm just gonna clean up a little bit today and start my day off tomorrow cleaning. And then we're gonna have to hit that 59 Buick really, really hard tomorrow because I did not get anything done today. But sometimes that's just how it goes. You know, we do our best to get by, and sometimes things don't go as planned. So tomorrow I'll clean this thing out. I'm just gonna leave it in overnight, let everything dry down, might as well. It quit raining, I'll take the Cadillac back home, cobwebbers, yeah, and try to get it scanned in the morning so that I will have the paint for it for the weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's probably gonna be a pretty short one, maybe 15, 20 minutes long, but we did it. That's Wednesday down. Tomorrow's gonna be a lot of that thing, so I'll try to make that entertaining. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna get cleaned up and I will see you next time.